Let me tell you guys about Belly Up Sports. Belly Up Sports is the internet sports bar. Go ahead and check out their website, www.bellyupsports.com, to read some great articles from great writers all across the country, from hockey, baseball, golf, soccer, you name it. Belly Up Sports is the premier, not your average website.
What's up, everybody? It's Kelcey yet again. Hector has asked me to come back and talk some more 3-ups and 3-downs. That's right. We are doing Serie A, the Italian league. Yeah, the place where they ban heavy green jerseys. So you can use green accents, but you can't use a lot of green in the design. No, I do love a lot of Serie A jerseys, and these might be the hardest kits I've had to pick for my 3-up and 3-downs because Italy, fashion capital of the world outside of Paris. You know, France was hard with Ligue Serie A is going to be hard. You know, they have Milan Fashion Week. That means there's got to be some great fashion in these designs. I did have a difficult time finding the ups because there were so many options. The downs, though, well, they're down. That's the best way I can say it. I'm going to start with my first downs, and then we'll go from there. So my number one down is Fiorentina's home kit. Now, you've heard me say in the past, if you've ever watched me do these 3-up and 3-downs, I love a good purple kit. This is not it. It kind of looks like they just slapped the purple on the front or put a bib over top of a white kit. It's just what it looks like to me. I might be wrong, but when you have white going a quarter of the sleeve up on both sides of it and then all the way down to the hip, to the bottom of the kit, top, and then you got purple slapped over the top of it, I don't love it. I just don't love it. I don't love it if it's American football jerseys. I don't love it if it's the rest of the world's football. I don't like these type of purple kits because it just looks like somebody put a bib over the top of a white shirt. Not a great look. Never liked that look, whether it be baseball, football, basketball. I don't care. Don't love that look whatsoever. I usually love Fiorentina's jerseys. I really do. I usually love their purple designs. They don't usually miss with that purple. There's usually purple gold of some sort, purple cream, or sublimation design. You know, there's a lot of great options usually for Fiorentina, and this one just doesn't work for me. I would have much preferred a just straight purple shirt if you were going to do this with white collar, white sleeve markings. That's fine. But this is just not it. I don't love this one. Next up on my downs, though, is the Leche third kit. Yeah, Leche and I have a love-hate relationship because they use a lot of red and yellow, which is crazy because your logo, your badge is mostly blue. And you leave the blue out to focus on the red and yellow. So Leche's third kit is all red, and not like a dull, heavy red, a dark red. No, it is a bright red and a bright yellow. I've talked about this before. As a Liverpool fan, you know my hatred for these. Honestly, I probably could have picked their home kit and been just fine too with the yellow with the red fade, but at least the red fade looked okay. This is a solid yellow piping with a solid yellow collar, and everything is yellow and red on the badge, on the manufacturing logo, and on the sponsor logo, and it's too much red, it's too much bright yellow. Can we please stop? If this is gold, this looks a lot better. This is bright yellow. Yellow is not gold. Please, let's fix this, manufacturers. Just don't love it at all. Leche's third. This one could put me on the edge. I don't want to see this on the field at all. And then last but not least, my downs for Serie A. I'm going with Sassuolo Calcio's third kit. And now they tried. Let me start there. They tried really hard to make this look good. What kills me is the black underneath the armpits, down the side paneling. Honestly, if this was just the green and yellow tie-dye style with the black design, black sponsorship logo with the color-matched badge, which looked fantastic, and the color-matched the black, they actually just used a black manufacturing badge, I think this kit would look a lot better. But because they put the black side paneling, it ruins it for me because it splits up the design. You had a lot more design options, and it was like you copped out. It's like you're telling a story, and you're like, oh, but a nuclear bomb fell, and the story ends. Like, that's what this feels like as a kit. Like, you were almost there. This is the last season of Game of Thrones, if anybody remembers that. Don't love this. It was almost there. It was almost great. It was almost going to be my 3-ups category, but then I saw the piping, and I saw the side panels, and I couldn't do it. That's, again, I talked about with Fiorentina. It looks like there was a shirt underneath, and they just put, like, oh, here's a bib. You're so close. You're so close, and you ruined it at the last second. So my 3 downs for Serie A again: Fiorentina's home, Leche's third jersey, and Sassuolo Calcio's third kit as well. Now, going into my 3 ups, well, let's start with a place that's on a beautiful part of Italy. We're going with Como. That's right, it's on Lake Como, and their home kits, which has a reflection of, looks like moon on the water, which is a really cool aspect. When you look at Lake Como, you see that picture all the time, where you see the moon coming up over the water, and people take pictures of it, see all that. Honestly, I could have picked either Como kit. I do like both of them. I do feel like there are ways a little more of a training kit than anything. But their home kit, I really do like the design. I think that's a really interesting design. It's blue and white. Love that with a lot of designs. They don't always get that right, but it's multicolored blue, especially water designs. Sometimes those are struggles to make look good. The Como, surprising nobody, looks good when they put water on their kits. So go figure. Next up is going to be Juve of all teams, and that's right, we're going with their third kit. Now, I didn't want to pick their first 2 because for some reason they have Visit Detroit on them, which I find hilarious as a person who lives not very far from Detroit, that Juventus, people from Juventus, would want to travel to Detroit, Michigan. I don't know. Doesn't seem like they connect too well. But I do love their third kit, the black kit with the throwback design with the horse design here on the badge, with the color matched old Adidas trefoil design with the flower look, and then the sublimation designs. I absolutely love. As long as they don't go crazy with the sponsorship and not match it to the rest of the kit, I like these kits a lot. Honestly, put up a gold sponsor logo. That would be, or not gold or pink, since you have pink on the home kits. Either one works. But I do like these kits a lot. They're simple. I've liked Juve's third kit a lot recently, especially when they do these throwback styles, especially with the badge. I do like their throwback badge a lot. Now, last up in my 3 ups, but not least by any means, this might be my favorite of the 3 ups, is Napoli and their away kit. Now, I've talked about this before. White kits, cream kits. Those kits look really good with the right color scheme, and Napoli hit it out of the park with these ones. I love the cream, kind of off-white, eggshell white, whatever you want to call it, bone color. For American football fans, the LA Rams use that as well. And then it has a sublimation design, and the sublimation design looks beautiful. And then they have a dark gold, like an almost orange gold, as the sponsorship logo, as the badge, and as the manufacturer kit. And that, to me, looks so gorgeous together. And the sublimation isn't set standard in the middle. It kind of goes across the chest, which looks really cool. I really do like these, man. These are probably my favorite of all the Serie A jerseys this year. It's impressive what teams can do and what manufacturers can do when they're allowed to just design. Now, I got to say this about Napoli. I didn't love their third kit, but there were some worse third kits on this list, so they didn't get up there. But it was close that they almost did make the 3 downs for their third kit, because that was, brown. Not a great look. But anyways, my 3 ups again, recapping for Serie A: Como home, Juve's third, and Napoli's away kit, which was probably my favorite of the 3. Shout out Parma away, because their away kit also kind of cool. All right, guys, that does it for me. Hector, thank you again for having me on to talk some Serie A and some kits. I love to talk about the kits. You guys can check me out over on High Low Sports at @high_low_sports on Twitter, High Low Sports on every other platform. We go live 8 p.m. Eastern time to talk a lot of different sports. Unfortunately, not as much of the world's football, but we do talk a lot of American football, especially going into football season. So be sure to check us out. Hector, thank you as always. And until next time you need me, I'll see you.
All right, thanks, Kelcey, for coming on. And, guys, this is my 3 up, 3 down, and I'm going to start things off with my down. And kicking off, my third worst kit is Como's home kit. I know Kelcey just said a lot of nice things about it. I don't see the appeal. It looks a little messy to me. Not a fan of this kit. I mean, I get the waterfall and all that, the water stuff and all. That's all fine and dandy and cool. But, yeah, to me, it's just a messy kit. Messy as in just it looks dirty. Not messy as in, greatest player of all time, potentially. Not potentially, greatest player of all time. So, yeah, I don't like the kit. I know Kelcey likes the kit, says some good things about the kit. Not a fan of the kit. So, that is my third worst kit. My second worst kit is Inter Milan's Inter Milan's fourth kit, once again, just looks messy as hell. That's all I gotta say. I don't, and I'm not a big fan of the collar as well. So, yeah, just not a big fan of Inter Milan so far. Not a big fan of these kids. Inter Milan has some interesting ones. I can mix feelings on all of them, but yeah. So that's where. So Inter Milan's my second worst kit. My first worst kit, and I actually agree with Kelcey, and that is Sassuolo's third kit. Yeah, I did not like this kit at all. It's just, I don't know what to call it, and it's crazy because their home and away kits are really nice, but this is, I don't know, this looks like, this is vomit. Like, this is literally vomit to me. So yeah, this was the worst kit. I don't like it at all. And then my 3-ups, I have Sassuolo's home kit. I mean, this is just pure class. Away kit, you can say some good things as well, but I mean, this is just class above all, just pure class. I love it. Strong kit, definitely one I would cop. My second kit is Atalanta's away kit, and I mean, come on, man. Like, you just look at this thing, and it's just to me, it just screams class. It just screams class to me. It is just, it's nice. I just love the white. I mean, some people may not like it, but I like it. I think it's clean. I think New Balance did a great job with this one. Yeah, it may be plain, but I like the way it looks. I think this is a solid kit, and I would definitely cop this one for sure. And my number one kit is Parma. Parma's third kit. This is just, it is as retro as it can be, and I am all for it. I would have loved if Gio Reyna was on here, because I would definitely be copying his kit. But this is a beautiful kit. I ain't gonna lie, I might be trying to get this kit. This is really clean. It gives me a retro vibe. It gives me 90s vibes, and I think that's what I love it the most. It's just a 90s kid. This is just a beautiful kid, and I can't wait to see it played. Being rocked on the pitch. But yeah, so those are my 3-up, 3-downs. Yeah. Some people may not like them. Some people may disagree with me. That's totally fine. Obviously this is all preference. But I do like these kits, and I don't like those kits. Who is that guy?